I was 39 years old, my whole entire life fell apart. What I didn't know then is that my 40s were about to become the most unexpected chapter of my life. I'm Rachel, I'm a mom of teenagers. I have a big blended family now. We have a total of 6 kids, believe it or not. And my life looks very different than it did 10 years ago. I mean, very different. So yeah, a lot has changed. And the good news is I survived it. And if you're going through something, you will too, I promise. It might be very hard, although it might be really hard to see that, depending on where you are in your journey of starting over or just going through some sort of change, whatever that may be. So before I became a widow, I was a very happily married mom of 2 girls. My husband and I had been married for over 10 years, in fact. And we had a great marriage and everything was really, just like, I wouldn't say that our life was perfect, but our life was really good. I was happy. I was content. And obviously, when I was about 32 years old, my husband was diagnosed with a really rare and frightening form of pancreatic cancer. We have 2 beautiful daughters. At the time, my youngest daughter was actually in diapers, believe it or not. And at the time of his diagnosis, she was in diapers. So it was just, to say that life was crazy is literally an understatement. It was already crazy, but then now we got thrown in this whole wrench of my husband being, terminally ill. So obviously that was very difficult. I right away went into survival mode, healing mode. I'm going to make everything better. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to do whatever I can to keep him alive and make everything better, which you may or may not know is basically impossible, because when somebody becomes sick, you don't just get to decide that you're going to be able to make everything better. Just unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. That being said, my husband lived for 5 years longer than what they told us he would live for. We did do multiple treatments, and I mean, he was such a fighter and he was so amazing. And after 5 years of him fighting cancer, he passed away. At the time, I was 39 and he was 46. I think the thing that changed the most for me when my husband passed away was I went from being a full-time caregiver and somebody who was totally responsible for taking care of him and making sure that, he was living and surviving, to not having that anymore and not having to take care of him anymore. And things just felt really different. I would say a lot of the friends that I had at the time were really used to me being the wife of somebody whose husband was sick. And so it was a really hard transition in life, I think, for me with a lot of my friends. And a lot of the people that I thought were my friends really ended up kind of I don't want to say abandoning me, but I just don't think that. And I really learned at that time who my real friends were. I very quickly ended up meeting somebody who is now my husband. Meeting him, kind of falling in love quickly, and meeting somebody new was definitely not on my radar. I didn't know. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting to fall in love again. I was not expecting to meet somebody. I just basically thought that my life was kind of over, and that kind of any sort of chance at romance or anything was just not gonna happen. Or not that it wasn't gonna happen, it was just not something that I was thinking about anymore. I just truly didn't care. But when I least expected it, I ended up meeting somebody. And that meeting really came out of nowhere. It just literally came out of nowhere. What I didn't realize at the time is that life really does have this crazy way of rebuilding itself right when you least expect it. The hardest parts were dealing with the grief, trying to manage my feelings along with my kids' feelings, my emotions along with their emotions. There were moments and times and days where I was I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. And then you really realize that life does have a way of rebuilding itself somehow, some way, even when you think that you will never be happy again or that you will never want to get out of bed again. you just find a way. And I feel like as moms, that's kind of like what we need to do, right? We're raising our kids, and that's my job. And that was kind of the attitude that I started to have. So fast forward, therapy for myself, for my children, you know, like a lot of grief work, and also just, I think, really like allowing myself to be happy again. In the beginning, I definitely felt like I had a lot to work through. I also did have 5 years to comprehend what was going to happen. So it was not like his passing happened suddenly. It was something that I had ultimately been preparing for many years, unfortunately. That's when I really started rediscovering who I am as a woman in her 40s. I had just turned 40 when he passed away, figuring out what I wanted in my life, who I was looking for, even though I wasn't looking for anyone. I was kind of like forced into this, not forced, but I was really pushed into like a healing process that I don't know if I was necessarily ready for, but I did it anyways. I don't know if that makes sense, but that is really a big part of, I think, moving forward, is kind of like that saying of like, say yes and figure it out later. And that was ultimately what I decided to do. I decided to say yes and figure it out later. That being said, I met Adam. We blended our families together. He has 4 children. I have 2 daughters. It was not easy in the beginning. There were a lot of very difficult moments. Arguing, fighting, figuring out how to blend this family and how to make it in the most seamless way possible. I actually moved out of the house that I was living in with my late husband, and Adam and I moved into a new home, which I think was probably one of the best decisions that I made. That was a big one for me, and being able to like start moving forward. Looking back now, there are a couple things that I wish somebody would have told me about moving forward and starting your life over. So I'm gonna tell you guys. The first thing was, your life is not over at 40. For me, starting over meant the end, but it wasn't. Starting over was actually the beginning. I was dreading starting over so much, but I remember one day my mom was like, Rachel, you know, there's so many people who don't get to start over. Like, you're actually get to start over, which is such a beautiful thing. The second thing is that you are allowed to have happiness again. No matter whatever happened to you, whether it was divorce or loss or whatever happened that was bad to you, doesn't mean that you are not allowed to have something good happen to you now. And I think I was like so scared of getting sick. I just became very fearful and very scared after my late husband got sick. And you can't live like that. Like, you have to live as if everything is actually happening for you, in your favor, and not to you. And then the last thing, and this is probably the most important one, is your second chapter in life can 1000% be better than your first chapter. And if that makes you feel bad, you don't have to say better, but it can be different. It could be better in a different way than your first chapter. And I totally get what it feels to feel guilt and to feel bad and to feel all of those things. That is all normal, and it is all part of this process. Ultimately, you are allowed to have happiness again, and you deserve it. You deserve to have that happiness again. I really, truly hope that this helps somebody today, because nobody told me any of these things when I was starting over. If you are a woman and you're in your 40s or beyond, or your 30s, and you are navigating your life after some momentous change, I just want you to know that I'm here for you. You were in the right place. Comment below if you guys have any questions. I will list out all the products that I use, and let me know what you want me to talk about next time. Bye.